If you are on Social Security and disability benefits, listen up. The Senate is proposing a $1.5 trillion bill that would not only guarantee future Social Security and disability increases, but will also save the program from the cuts that have been publicized in the news that a lot of seniors on Social Security have been worried about. I'm about to give you a details of this bipartisan proposal, meaning people on the Republican and Democratic side in the Senate have put together this proposal to not only save Social Security, but also make sure that you're getting future increases. My name is Kwame Kwade. I am a government benefits expert. I help seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve. I've been doing this for 15 years, creating content on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and other personal finance issues that affect seniors. If you are new to this channel, I am glad you're here. Please do me a favor, go into the comment section and let me know your city and your state. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, welcome back. I am glad you are here. So, this Senate proposal is a big deal. I'm going to share my screen and share the headline with you because this is breaking news that is going to change Social Security in a huge way. So this is from The Hill, and it says that Social Security senators pitch 1.5 trillion investment fund for Social Security, and I'm going to explain that to you because this is unlike anything we've seen before when it comes to Social Security and all these ideas that have been proposed to try to save Social Security, but not only that, to increase benefits for seniors. And if you have been paying attention, you know that recently it was announced that Social Security is going to run out of money in 2032, at which point Social Security beneficiaries, current and future beneficiaries, are going to get a cut in their benefit of up to 25%. That has been the thing that has been worrying everybody. Seniors have been commenting on a lot of my videos about how frustrated they are that Congress has not done anything to try to fix the solution. Well, that is about to change in a huge, significant way. Not only is this bipartisan, but it's probably one of the most sensible proposals I've seen in a while, and I've seen them all in trying to fix Social Security and guarantee much bigger future increases. So I'm going to read the bill to you in sections, and then I'm going to explain what it means. Now, before I go any further, this video is sponsored by our partner, Chapter Medicare. So the number you see at the top of the screen is our partner, Chapter Medicare. They've helped over 2,000 of our viewers get into better Medicare plans and help some of them save $1,100 a year. I'm going to explain to you how you can get into a better plan too and save money on Medicare. I'm going to do that later. But right now, let's focus on the breaking news. So I'm going to share my screen with you again, and we're going to read through the proposal, and then I'm going to walk you through what each section means. So it says in the headline, obviously, that the Senate is proposing this bill, and it is a bipartisan group of senators. So let's read this together. And I'm going to get all these videos out of the way so that we can look at the full screen and go on. So it says a bipartisan duo in the Senate has been garnering attention for a pitch aimed at shoring up the solvency of Social Security. The idea pushed by Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana and Tim Kaine of Virginia calls for investing $1.5 trillion over the next 5 years into an investment fund that would then be given 70 years to grow. Now, here's the twist. The 70 years may sound scary, but actually, they have a twist to this that makes this money available now. It is something to save Social Security and to save the benefits flowing to people, frankly, will either already depend on them or will depend on them going forward. So they're saying that this is for people who are currently receiving Social Security. This is supposed to benefit them, and also people who are going to claim Social Security in the future because it's going to save the program for future generation. So here's what lawmakers and some experts have said. So how is this thing going to work? Let me explain it. While senators have yet to release text for the plan, Cassidy said the government will create an investment fund completely separate from the existing Social Security Trust Fund into which the government will place 300 billion annually over the next 5 years. So essentially what they're saying is that in order to try to save Social Security, the government is going to create an investment fund. And in the next 5 years, each year, the government is going to put $300 billion in it. Money that the government does have and can provide if they really wanted to. So I want to clear that up. So over the next 5 years, they're going to put 300 billion in each year. So that'll be 1.5 trillion over 5 years. And then that pot of money is going to be invested in mutual funds in specific way in the stock market to earn higher interest, and it's going to be allowed to grow over 70 years. That's the first part of the plan. Now let me explain how it matters to you now and why this money is going to be used now to save the program and also guarantee increases. So I'm going to read the other section of it for you. So here is that part. It says that money will be invested in stocks, bonds, and other investment. And Cassidy said it will be held in escrow for 70 years. Any dividend being paid, for example, flow back into the investment fund. As that occurs, we also repeal the law requiring the benefits to be cut to match income. So let me explain, because that's a very critical part of why this is important. So what he's essentially saying is that currently Social Security law requires that when the Social Security Trust Fund, which is the rainy day fund, when that runs out of money, Social Security has to cut benefits to match how much money is coming in. And in 2032, about 75% of money to 77% of money is going to be coming in to support people who are claiming benefits. That's why you're going to see about a 25% cut in benefit, because the law requires that if the rainy day fund is completely exhausted, they have to pay benefits based on how much money is coming in. They cannot borrow money to pay benefits. And so he's saying that because they've put this $1.5 trillion away to grow over 70 years, they can now repeal that law, because this money is going to be used to try to solve the problem. Let me read further so that you can see why this all makes sense. So let's go to that bill, and then I'll read further for you to understand. The Treasury Department will be responsible for making up the payments for those 75 years, at which point the fund will pay back the Treasury Department and use its remaining funds to supplement Social Security payments according to the Senate. So here is the big part of it. Cassidy argued that the plan would not add to the national debt, which currently stands at 30 trillion. The reason is that if you have money in an escrow account, you could always just empty the escrow account and pay off the treasury required to do the initial funding. And so, even though we are borrowing that money, it does not increase our national indebtedness, and the investment income will exceed the interest that accumulates on the borrowed money. So, here is what he's trying to say in plain language. It means that Social Security Administration is going to be given authority to pay everybody and make everybody whole, so that when it comes to 2032, Social Security Administration is not going to be forced to cut benefits to match how much money is coming in. They will be told to pay full benefits, because there is this money that's in the escrow account that is supposed to grow over 70 years. And so that money can then pay back any money that the government borrows to pay Social Security beneficiaries and make them whole, because there is collateral. Basically, it's a collateral. It's kind of like you go apply for a personal loan, and they ask you to bring a collateral, and you put your paid off car as a collateral. It's the same idea here, where the 1.5 trillion is a collateral guaranteeing the government that if you pay Social Security recipients what you owe them, and if you pay them increases, you have money that is going to come back and pay any money you borrowed in order to do that. I think it's a brilliant idea, because it does two things. Number one, Social Security has been wanting to do increases that are larger But the problem is that there is not enough money to do it because of the deficit. Right now, there's a $200 billion deficit that's been taken out of the rainy day fund. So they cannot give you increases that are larger if they don't even have enough money to pay current beneficiaries. And so the important part of this that says that seniors will be getting increases is the part that says that, you know, not only would this be used to pay back the Treasury Department, but the remaining funds will be used to supplement Social Security payments. That is the key phrase I want you to keep in mind. So not only are they going to be authorized to use this money to pay what Social Security owes to seniors, but then it's also going to be used to supplement. Supplement means that you're going to get more. And so that is what I'm excited about. But I'm going to finish reading this and explain to you how this is going to work. So essentially, let's go to the other part of it. Cassidy estimate. Let me make sure that you can see this. So Cassidy estimated the plan would generate at least 70% of the borrowing required to pay the benefits over the next 7 decades. So that's critical. It means that the plan, as it's set up, is going to be able to generate money to pay 70% of what is required, you know, in the future for the next 7 decades. So, what are the next steps? What needs to happen? Well, let's read some more so they can see how serious this bill is and who is behind it. The senators have said they will still collect input on their plan, but the pitch is similar to previous efforts headed up by Cassidy that involve a coalition of senators from both sides of the aisle. So this has bipartisan support. In a previous Congress, we had 7 Republicans and 7 Democrats. We are putting that coalition back together, which is bipartisan. As the senators continue to socialize the idea, Cassidy said there's more than a handful of Republicans who have said they will openly support or they look forward to supporting, but they plan to learn a little more. We really felt like we have to socialize the idea more before we get down to legislative draftmanship, he said, noting that they've been hearing feedback from experts. I think that if we had to summarize feedback, it will be that this can be an important part of the solution. It probably is not the entire solution, which we know. So here is the most important thing. This is a big deal because when you talk to the senators about doing the hard things in order to save Social Security, a lot of them, feel constrained because a lot of the things that they need to do is raising taxes or removing the cap on Social Security taxable income. Those are hard decisions, or raising the retirement age, or cutting cost of living adjustment, or means testing Social Security benefits. All those are not easy decisions. This one is something that a lot of people can get behind because it takes money and puts it in a fund, allows it to grow over 70 years in escrow. Any interest and dividend is paid back into it, and it kind of becomes like the future insurance policy for Social Security. And then it allows the Senate and the House to tinker a little bit with other solutions in order to even make Social Security more solvent and more secure. And so I think this has a great opportunity to become law because it just makes sense. And it is a much more exciting solution, a much more forward looking solution, and it guarantees that there's money that everybody can look to and see that it's locked in there in escrow that is going to support the program way into the future. So that's one of the things I wanted to share with you. Before I move forward, I want to talk about our partner chapter, Medicare. And the great news I want to share with you is that over 2,000 of our viewers have already called chapter. The number you see on your screen, they've already called them and gotten help to get into a better Medicare plan. Why is that important? Why should you care? You probably are bombarded with Medicare ads all over the place, but here's the difference. You are going to get more money out of Medicare in your lifetime than you're going to get out of Social Security. So if you are in the wrong Medicare plan, you are cheating yourself out of benefits you've earned and deserve. Chapter is there to make sure that that does not happen, because if you call them today, they will look at the plan you're on, and then they will let you know whether you are in the right plan. 90% of seniors are in the wrong Medicare plan. Why? Because there's 24,000 plans to sort through. They will help you figure out the plan that is good for your budget, for your needs, and the kind of coverage you're looking for, all for free. I'm biased. They're not there to sell you any particular plan. They're there to help you get into a better plan. So call them today and be part of the over 2,000 of our viewers that have called and gotten help and saved on average about $1,100 a year on Medicare. So call the number you see on the screen, which is 539-205-2147. Or I'm going to put a link in the description and the comments to this video that can help you get the help from Chapter. And then finally, as I've been announcing all week, we did launch an exciting thing this week, and we've been announcing it on all our lives. We launched a membership community. What does this mean? If you've been a senior that's looking for a place where you can get together with other seniors online and learn, grow, also allow us to provide content that we haven't been able to provide here on YouTube and TikTok, because there's so much to cover, but so little time to do it here. Here we go deeper with you and cover topics like the ones I have on the screen right now that can make a real difference in your retirement: caregiving and family support, navigating senior living options, the best and most up-to-date senior discounts and perks, part-time job ideas and opportunities for seniors, retirement living, maximizing your income. These are some of the deep topics we're going to go in. So why did he create this community? Well, a lot of you asked for it, actually. And we have been looking for a place to do this that is senior friendly, and we found a school platform. And so far, over 70 of you guys have already joined the community in the last few days. And here's one big perk that you get: every paid guide that we have right now is going to be available to you in this community for free. So some of the guides that you see on the screen are going to be in there for free to you right away. Over $40 in guides, completely free. And not only that, we help you stop missing out on retirement benefits and get every dollar discount and advantage that you deserve. So if you join today, you are going to get an introductory rate that would never go up. The first 100 people that join this community are going to get that rate. There's already 75 people that have joined, only 25 spots left to get the introductory rate for life. So go to school.com, skool.com/benefits insider. And I'm going to put the link in the description and in the comments. And let me tell you this place is already humming. That's like people are connecting with each other, people are learning. And this is a place where you can feel a sense of belonging. You know, if you feel isolated, if you feel like you're not being seen, you're not being heard, you're not being understood, you want to be with other seniors that are on the same journey as you, that get it, this is the place for you. That's the community we're trying to create, to bring more to you than we've been bringing you here on YouTube, and also allow you to go deeper on topics that you're interested in but are frustrated that you're not getting all the information you need. So check out our school community. I think you'll like it. So until the next video, thank you for watching. If you like what you heard, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you tomorrow.